Cool. What's up, everyone? All right, welcome to the newest rocket swimming live stream. We haven't done this in a while, so welcome back. We're going to answer people's questions, and then I have a few announcements for everyone as well. So, thanks for being here. If you are a member of the channel, thank you so much for your contribution each and every month. We really appreciate everything you guys do to help us keep this operation running. But let me pull up the chat here. My device would not let me film in landscape, so we're on portrait here. Okay. How breathing too easily while swimming for long distances? Probably how to breathe easily for long distances. So you want to breathe often and frequently. So if you're going to be swimming long distances, you want to be breathing a lot. So like every 2 strokes or every 3 strokes, I recommend every 2, because when you're breathing every 2 strokes, you're not really holding your breath. You're almost inhaling and exhaling consistently. So it's like you're cycle breathing. Then the other thing is, if you breathe frequently, like as often as every 2 strokes, you'll be able to last longer, because more oxygen in your muscles means more energy. So every time you hold your breath, you are burning up a little bit of that energy, and you won't be able to last as long as you could have had you taken a breath. Now, what that means is, let's say you set out for let's use an extreme example. Let's say you set out for like a 4-hour swim. If you set out for a 4-hour swim, and you were breathing every 3 strokes, you will probably only make it about 3 hours before you feel so tired you might not be able to continue. But if you breathe every 2 strokes, then at the end of 4 hours, you might feel like you could go for a whole other hour. So that's the difference in breathing, being able to breathe for a long time and breathing easily. So to breathe easily means you just need to breathe frequently and often. Then if you're trying to learn how to breathe just like in the water, like how to float, then what you'll want to do, set that down. What you'll want to do is you'll want to take a deep breath in. So lay back a little bit as much as you can, and then take a super deep breath in. You'll find your feet will just float off the bottom of the pool. And when your feet float off the bottom of the pool, you're floating. So if you're trying to learn how to breathe essentially by like how to swim in the water and be able to breathe and stay afloat, then just take a deep breath in with your chest. Your legs will come up off the bottom of the pool, and you're done, you're floating. Your legs will sink back down to the bottom of the pool only because your legs are heavy muscles, and because they're so far away from your lungs, they sink faster. So if you're someone out there saying, why are my legs sinking? How do I prevent my legs from sinking? You can't really. Your legs are gonna sink, they're heavy. The only way to keep them up is by kicking lightly, or by, like I said, taking a deep breath in. But lately I've noticed the 3 keys to buoyancy are air in your chest, surface area, and speed. And so, like I mentioned before, if you're gonna start floating on your back, lean back as much as you can in the water, and then take a deep breath in. Your legs will come up off the bottom of the pool, and then you'll be floating. So now you've got air in your chest, and then stretch out. So stretch your legs out as much as you can till you're horizontal in the water, and then kick lightly. Kick with your feet underneath the surface of the water when you're on your back. Kick lightly, and you'll start moving easily. So those are the 3 keys to buoyancy. Air in your lungs, surface area, and speed. And when I say surface area, you don't necessarily have to sprawl out, like spread your legs and spread your arms. It's okay, it's enough just to stretch out. So stay in your tall body line, but just stretch out. Don't sprawl out, okay? Let's see, is there anything else in regards to breathing I could probably answer for you? Breathing through your mouth is highly recommended. Breathing in and out with your mouth, not ever breathing in with your nose. As soon as you touch water, stop breathing in with your nose. But it's okay to breathe out with your nose, because if you breathe in with your mouth and out with your nose, you're going to prevent water from going up in your nose and being able to stay in your nose. So breathe with your mouth. When I breathe every 2 strokes, so in when I turn the side, out when I put my face in the water, or I'll be holding my breath when my face is in the water. So I'll breathe in here, and then when I put my face in the water, I'm holding my breath, and then I'll pop my breath right here and breathe in. The other thing I recommend for all beginners is that you put a bubble in your mouth when you're learning to swim. Okay, blow your cheeks up so that what you'll feel is you'll feel pressure against your nose and against the roof of your mouth, and it'll prevent you from being tempted to sniff in. So you won't be tempted to sniff in if you've got a bubble in your mouth. Okay, it prevents you from breathing with your nose. The other thing it does is it immediately instinctually allows you to exhale before inhaling when you come up. So let's say you come up from holding your breath underwater. Right, if you come up, you don't have a bubble mouth, you might breathe in first before exhaling and then inhaling. And the reason that's dangerous is because if you breathe in right away, right when you come up, there's still water coming down off your face, so it's gonna get in your mouth or in your nose when you suck in, and that's not gonna feel very comfortable at all. So if you're a beginner trying to learn how to swim, start with a bubble in mouth. Make your cheeks big, and then put your face in the water, and you'll find you won't be afraid of the water so much. You'll feel a lot more comfortable. And then when you come up, the natural instinct will be to pop that bubble. So you'll come up, you'll exhale, and then inhale. Okay, and that's what's key, is you don't inhale right away when you come up. First you need to exhale and then inhale, because you gotta clear the water away from your nose and your mouth. Okay? Great question though, how to breathe. There's probably more to that. Nice. There's no more chats, right? Okay, good. So then I'm just gonna make the first announcement. So we have branched out into water polo. I think since the last live stream or announcements I've made, we have started water polo. So Max Sarcinic from UCLA graduate and prior North Allegheny graduate in Pittsburgh, has moved from Florida to Austin, Texas to start Rocket Water Polo. In addition to that, which was actually started a little while ago, in addition to that, we have more recently started Rocket Combat. And we've created a YouTube channel for Rocket Combat. And Rocket Combat, I'll go ahead and show you our new merch, which you'll see soon. So Rocket Combat is jiu-jitsu or self-defense training. So one of the things that we did, I'm the first student. So you guys have watched me teach a lot of you how to swim all around the United States, and you guys were the students. Well, for the Rocket Combat channel, I'm the first student. So rather than clicking away from this live stream, open a new tab and go look up the Rocket Combat channel and subscribe today for free. I don't think we even have the ability to enable memberships on that channel yet, so everything's free over there. No ads either, because we're not a monetized channel yet over there. So have at it, have fun, watch me get my butt beat by Coach Jordan. So Coach Jordan, he's part of this announcement. Jordan Leclos, he is from South Africa. Used to be a national and international competitive swimmer, and he now lives in Austin, Texas, and he has become our jiu-jitsu instructor. So he will be teaching self-defense through the Rocket Combat YouTube channel, as well as through self-defense private lessons and group lessons. So if you're interested in that, either an online lesson with him, or if you live in Austin, or you are going to be in one of the cities where we tour for our rocket swimming private lessons next year, then he's going to come with us, and he will do some jiu-jitsu lessons for you as well, if that's something you're interested in, or if you know someone that's interested in that. Maybe you're interested in swimming, they're interested in self-defense. We'll get both of you done while we're in your city at the same time. So very new exciting announcement was this Rocket Combat channel. It's just one of the announcements. I've got a couple more, but the other merch is pretty cool too. So Black with Red, it's been a very highly requested merch on our YouTube channel. But one of the reasons I keep the merch very simple on the YouTube channel is so that you're not bogged down by too many options. My crew hates that. They want me to release all the colors, all the options, all the time. But I say no, one color a year, and we'll switch between black and white, and then during the Olympic year, we'll have red. So, but with the Rocket Combat merch, we went ahead and took some liberties and got more creative. mixed up the colors a little bit, which I know some of you guys want. So if it's not available yet, it will be available soon for purchase. The Rocky Combat merch is actually super cool. We've been getting more questions about that than we do whenever we wear our Rocket Swimming merch. So go figure. I guess people see Rocket Swimming and they just assume it's a swim lesson company, whereas with Rocket Combat, it's probably a little more ambiguous. So people keep asking us, hey, what's Rocket Combat? So we're really excited to share that news with everyone. Help us get that channel going. There will be some new special guests on that channel as well that are far more advanced than I am. So you'll get to see some more advanced jiu-jitsu movements and self-defense techniques with Jordan and some of his special guests, as well as a special guest we have who we were talking to today. We'll be using in some future videos. We'll be collaborating with him, a UFC fighter. So there's a little sneak peek for you. So, but I'm not gonna say any more. So that's exciting news too. Rocket Combat started, so check out the jiu-jitsu and self-defense videos, see what you think. Leave a like, a comment. Be careful, don't be too mean, don't be too hard on me. I am a beginner in that realm. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, tear me to shreds, have at it, have fun. I had fun. And I think right now we have 2 videos up there. Do we have a third yet?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, will you check for me?
Yeah.
Cool. We might have a third video up there, but if we don't, we will soon. I think we filmed 5 or 6 of them now, and we have another one filming tomorrow. So those will be a consistent upload schedule, and you'll get to see all that. So, how's everyone doing out there? If you've got a question regarding swimming or a personal question you have for me, go ahead, fire away, let me know. Otherwise, I will just continue into the next announcements so that this live stream doesn't lull at all. I want to go ahead and keep it moving, and then if it's still going at an hour, I'm going to call it quits there because I've got some other plans at the hour at 7:30. So, but if I get through all the news, then we're just going to go ahead and call it quits early. But the next announcement I have is that we have a new Beats creator. So we're going to have a new YouTube channel soon, Rocket Beats. So nice try. I knew some of you are probably going to go out there and try to create that channel for yourself and steal it, but it's already been created for ours. So we have a new musician who makes his own beats, and he has started working for Rocket Swimming, and he makes a brand new beat for every single video from here on out. Starting probably with the last video or 2. So hopefully you guys will enjoy listening to some fresh beats. You will have never heard them before in your life until you'll hear them on each video, because that will be the first time that beat will have ever made it to public. So that's exciting. You guys are gonna hear original content all the way down to the beats. So the music, the background music will be original as well now too. And if you like the music, the background music and the beats that you hear on our channel, like I said, we're gonna be starting the Rocket Beats YouTube channel where we will be posting those beats on some sort of loop or extended time for everyone to kind of just listen to in the background if they like that too. So if you find that exciting. So anyways, our new musician is Xander. He is unanimous. One name, Xander. That's it. That's all you get. Spelled with Z or next. Rocket, come here, buddy. We've got a barking dog. So we need to give him some love. Here. All right. Everybody say hi to Rocket the dog. Fan favorite. He is still doing well. Pretty soon he will have some puppies for sale. Yes, that's right, won't you? Yes, you will. Yes, you will show some babies for sale. Oh, there we go. Now the comments are flying. I knew it. Hi, I feel a lot of drag when swimming freestyle, which makes me feel, like I need more power for my pole. As a result, I get tired very quickly. How can I fix this? Great question, Isaac. Thank you for this question. Go ahead and read it again in my mind. I feel a lot of drag when swimming freestyle, which makes me feel like I need more power for my pole. Okay, so the drag you're feeling is, are you feeling the drag like in your kick, in your legs? And if that's the case, you know, you might think the solution is just to kick more, but oftentimes, like you mentioned, that'll just make you more tired. So it might not be the solution just to kick more. A better solution might be to extend your arms farther out in front and to tuck your chin a little more. Okay? The dog down, then I'll show you what I mean. So extend your hands out in front more. Get them all the way out in front. Okay? If you're experiencing drag, it's likely that you're not extending your arms out the way out in front when you swim, and you need to be at a full extension with every single arm stroke, being patient with them, so that they're all you remain hydrodynamic. If you swim like this, oftentimes your head is leading the way for the majority of each stroke cycle, and you're not hydrodynamic. You can experience a lot of drag. But if you keep those arms out in front, now you have a hand leading the way at all times, which, if you can tell from the angle of the camera, it's going to make the water go around my body because my hand is shaped more like an arrow than my head is. So to lead with your hands, drags are usually from the arms. So yeah, I would recommend you extend those arms all the way out in front before you start your pull, because if you're experiencing drag from the arms, then it's most likely because you're not swimming in 4 quadrants. You're not swimming all the way out in front. To swim in 4 quadrants means that you are fully extended all the way out in front. Okay, 4 quadrant swimming means arms all the way out in front. Because the first quadrant is fingertips to head, second quadrant is head through your upper back, third quadrant is your upper back through your glutes, and your fourth quadrant are your legs. So if you swim with your arms bent like this, you're not swimming in 4 quadrants. In order for you to be swimming in 4 quadrants, your arms have to be fully extended and they have to be pulled from your back. Okay, this engages your core. Now you're hydrodynamic and balanced. So when you pull, each arm pull will be creating momentum forwards by redirecting water backwards, but the arm out in front will be acting as your hydrodynamic torpedo, pushing forward to displace the water around your body. So extend all the way out in front. You'll find the pulls get stronger too, much stronger. You'll also find yourself kind of gliding more with each arm stroke. Kind of like when you watch the Olympians swim, it looks like they're just coasting along. That's because they're stretching all the way out in front and letting the momentum ride through their entire body line so that they're completely hydrodynamic on their side, very narrow, stretched out, slicing through the water with almost no resistance. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for the question. If you are experiencing drag in your arms, reach all the way out in front. If pulling harder makes you more tired, try that first. Then start pulling a little harder. You'll find that probably stretching out in front more made the pull stronger. So you won't have to engage a stronger pull after that. But if you do, so be it. It'll feel a lot easier because you'll be taking a lot less strokes. So if you fix your 4 quadrant, body position first, start swimming more like a superhero with your arms out in front, and you still pull a little stronger, you're going to be going so much faster with way less effort. So, yes, this is a ginormous water bottle. It was given to me for my birthday by a client whom I teach her son, her high school son, not how to swim, but I just coach him on the side to give him private instructions so that he gets faster in high school swimming. And her husband works at Yeti, and they so generously got me that massive half-gallon water bottle. Okay, let me catch up on some. Ow, got a sticker burr stuck to me. Hi, Rocket, yes, Rocket. Everyone loves Rocket. I have a question about breathing. Let me follow up with Isaac before I address this new one. The drags are usually in the arms. Sandy says best swim instructor in the world. He's one name now. All right, I love it. X or Z, you pick. I love it. Keeping it ambiguous. Great, thanks for the explanation. I think I reach forward most times except when I'm trying to breathe to the side. The hand in front starts to sink as soon as I start turning my head. Okay, that's because you're lifting your head too much. All right, so when this arm comes out in front and you're about to breathe, slide the hand farther in front, lay the head down on that arm, and breathe with your chin. Okay, what's happening is right now you're sliding that arm out in front. Good job. But then you're lifting your head to breathe, which is causing that arm to sink to support a lift. And then you fall into the water with no good, clean breath. And then this arm has to come back around and restabilize your entire body and balance you before you can feel comfortable again. And then you probably repeat the process and fall out of balance again. So getting that breath might be the key for you, Isaac, is getting that breath down on your shoulder and keeping that arm forwards and up when you breathe for support. Then you might find yourself remaining balanced throughout your swim and not experiencing so much drag, okay? All right. So, Miss Natural Forever. I always feel so weird reading YouTube names, might as well just not, right? Miss Person with a question. I have a question about breathing. I'm a beginner and I know you are supposed to exhale in the under, but I feel when I blow my bubbles, I'm not exactly exhaling. Does that make sense? Weird. It does make sense. So, different schools of thought here. Some people teach you to exhale underwater so that you're ready to inhale when you breathe to the side. And while that makes sense, don't blow all your air out. If you blow all your air out, then turn to the side, the first thing you'll do is breathe in, and you're gonna breathe in some water off your face or in the water. So, and you said that's not happening to you, which is good. I'm just helping everyone understand this is how it should be done. When your face is in the water, don't exhale all your air out. If you're gonna exhale, blow some bubbles out, that's fine, just blow a little bit out. So that when you turn to the side, you still have half or 3/4 of your tank filled with oxygen. So then you can go and blow a little bit more out to clear the water away from your face. Now we're still half a tank, maybe a 1/4 tank of oxygen left. And then we're gonna refill it all the way up, okay? Once you take that breath in all the way up, now you can put your face back in the water confidently, blow a little bit of air out, turn to the side, blow out and refill it immediately, okay? And when you're swimming, pretty much never blow all your air out. Not even when you turn to the side, don't blow all your air out, okay? You need to hold some in because the air in your chest is helping you stay buoyant. It's helping you stay higher in the water. So by keeping air in your chest, you're helping everything be better. Your balance is better, your body line is better, you're pulling, you're kicking, everything's better. So keep the oxygen in your body at all times. Never blow it all the way out ever. Let me review the question. Not exactly exhaling. If you're blowing some bubbles out, you are exhaling. There's no doubt about that. But maybe those bubbles are coming out of your mouth and therefore you're not exhaling out of your lungs, you're just popping the bubble in your mouth. Perhaps that's what's happening. Or maybe you are exhaling through your nose a little bit without realizing it, releasing air more than blowing air. So there's been a difference I've found lately with some of my students, and I want everybody to understand. There's a difference between blowing your air and releasing your air. Okay, so if you will, everybody with me, take a deep breath in. Now I want you to release it. Came out pretty slowly, pretty easy. Now let's take another deep breath in, but we're gonna blow it. Now when you blow, it came out a lot faster. You lost all your air way quicker. Okay, so there's a difference. We don't want to blow when we swim. Because when you blow, you're gonna blow out too much, too quickly. But when you release, you don't blow out as much air and it comes out slower. And so long as air is coming out of your system, it's impossible for water to go in it. So if the bubbles are coming out of your mouth, even on a slow release, I'm releasing, but it's a slow release. Well, if air is coming out, then physics tells us it's impossible for water to go in. Same with your nose. So if you take a deep breath in, and then let the air release from your nose by either humming or just releasing. Releasing slows it down, by the way, or humming slows it down, by the way. That's why I recommend the hum, plus the vibrations in the water keep you calm. So I recommend humming. If you're gonna exhale through your nose. Okay, so by exhaling slowly, even just that tiny amount, it is impossible for water to go up your nose. Okay? So to keep water out of your mouth or out of your nose, all you have to do is release your air. Try not to blow your air. Like I said, blowing your air will release it too fast. You're gonna lose oxygen. You're gonna be oxygen deprived and desperate and panicky too quickly. Or if you're a competitive swimmer, you're just gonna feel the burn in your muscles too quickly, too soon. Okay? Share my screen. Fantastic question. All right. Since there is a break in the questions, and let me know if you need me to follow up on that, I'm going to make our next announcement. I told myself to write these down so you wouldn't get into the moment and forget, but I didn't write them down because I was like, I don't remember. Love your videos, teaching swimmers to swim in 4 days. Love them. Awesome, thank you. Okay. So in 2025, we are going to continue traveling to new cities to teach people how to swim like we've been doing for 4 days. So with the new 4Bs that I've discovered, the whole buoyancy, the 4Bs necessary to swim: buoyancy, balance, breathing, body line. If you can master those 4Bs, then you're swimming up and down the pool multiple times. And of course, we dive into detail with each one of those 4 categories when we take the swim lesson together, when I give you the private lesson. So we go, with breathing, we break it down into the cycle breathing, or bubble and mouth breathing, or breathing to the side, breathing in front of you, breathing on your back, all that. For balance, we talk about how your kick is responsible for balance, as well as staying in 4 quadrants is responsible for balance. For buoyancy, we talk about the 3 keys to buoyancy, which are air in your lungs, surface area, and speed, kicking a little bit. And then for body line, we talked about, we haven't talked about that today, but body line, your body line is measured from your fingertips to your tippy toes. So when you swim in water, you're about a full inch taller than you are on land, because there's almost no gravity in water. It's about 1/12. So your body can expand a lot more. Spine can be more fluid, so it expands more. So when I swim frequently, my family's like, and friends are like, man, have you been growing lately? I'm like, no, I just been swimming lately. You start walking a little taller when you've been swimming a lot more. So your body line is measured from fingertips to tippy toes. Your body's height potential is head to feet, and your body's height potential in water, like I said, is about an inch taller. So your body line is significantly taller than that, because you can really stretch your shoulders, really stretch your back muscles out in water, and get those fingertips all the way out in front. So that's what your body line is. You measure from your fingertips to your tippy toes. And how still that body line is responsible, your head is responsible for that. Your head and how much you're stretching. So if you stretch really far, like a tight rope, when it gets stretched tight, it doesn't move around a lot, but if it's slack, then it can move around a ton. So for a tight body line, you stretch those fingertips all the way out in front, stretch your neck forward, stretch your head, stretch your spine, stand and swim as tall as you possibly can in the water, and keep your head still. Because your head is kind of like a steering wheel in the car. If your head starts to jiggle, so will your hips, and then your body, and then you're just snaking down the pool. So keep your head still, keep it in line with your spine, keep swim tall, stretch out your fingertips as much as you can in front of you, as well as stretch your toes out behind you as well. So those 4 Bs are necessary to learn how to swim, to know how to swim. And once you learn all 4, you'll be swimming up and down the pool, like I said. So the big announcement for 2025 is that we are going to be hitting more cities. So in 2024, let me see if I can count all the cities we went to. Austin, Pittsburgh, Nashville, Cleveland, Mississippi. That's it. I think we hit those 4 cities. So in 2025, I'd like to add to the list several more, including Chicago area, probably Detroit area, Houston, and somewhere in Florida. Definitely going to hit up Florida, and then probably Albuquerque, New Mexico, and somewhere near Los Angeles, California, Huntington Beach area, California, where my sister lives. And we're going to be trying to, we're going to have, like options for pools and things like that. So that's exciting. 2025, get ready. I only have so many weekends out of the year that I can do that still, because I still am the head coach of a swim team. I'm an aquatics director at a facility, and I run, the operations and programs out of a pool in the area in Austin, and then I continue to my private lessons and videos. And so there's only so many weekends out of the year I can travel to do this. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to release a very limited number of tickets. These tickets will be worth the price of the lessons, and they'll be on the website, and the supply will be limited. So less than 40 tickets, probably somewhere around 20 to 30 tickets I'm thinking I can manage next year. 20 to 30 students in multiple cities. So we'll release those tickets on our website, and it'll be first come, first serve. If you purchase a ticket, then you and I will figure out where you are, and if you'd rather come to Austin or rather have me come to your area, and then we'll try to get as many other people in that area to meet up with me on that weekend. Because it's not like I can, if you schedule me and you're from Minnesota and I come up to Minnesota that weekend and we get your lessons done, but then I get someone else from Minnesota that wants it, I can't come back. We've got to get everyone in Minnesota done. So first come, first serve, and you'll tell me where you are, and if you're near one of the cities that I mentioned, great, and if not, then we'll add you to the list or figure out how to get you to the closest city where I will be that year. So like I said, the next announcement is about 2025, and it is that we are going to help everyone who wants to get their lessons from me in person directly. We're going to help you get that sooner and easier, so that you don't have to wait for me to reply to you, because oh boy, there's a lot of communication. We get emails every day, text messages every day, WhatsApp text messages every day, so both text messages every day. Instagram direct messages every day, comments on the YouTube channel every day. Unfortunately, I get phone calls all day every day, and I'm not gonna answer phone calls all day every day. I coach and I teach the majority of every day. When I say the majority in the summer, we're talking 13 hours a day. So that is literally the majority of a 24-hour day. So I become extremely busy from March 1st through October 31st. And then I have a bit of a lull in November, December, January, February, where I catch up on content, catch up with a lot of you guys, do some business marketing strategy for the next year, and decide how we want to push the company and the brand forward in the new year. So right now I'm in that stage of catching up on communication. Thank you for being patient. If you've emailed me or texted me and you're waiting for me to reply back to you, thank you so much for your patience. It's a lot. There's been some, not many, just a couple impatient folks, and so you email me a couple times, maybe 2-3 times, 2-3 weeks in a row. And honestly, what you're doing is you're just putting yourself back in the line for me to respond to you, because I try to get everyone in the order of which they're received, to be fair to everyone. So if you email me once, don't email me again, because you're just gonna fall back to the back of the line, and I won't be any wiser. Like, I won't know, because my list is, there's always 20 to 150 to 300 emails that I'm trying to catch up on, and so we're gonna be hiring an assistant soon to be in charge of communications, to be able to answer the phone for anyone who calls, to be able to text back quickly, to answer comments immediately, to see the Instagram messages, to email, and all that. So all that's coming in the future as the brand continues to grow, as more people become members of the channel. We can go ahead and grow the crew and make the operation a little more professional, a little faster, because I like to tell everyone, rockets don't fly slow, and sometimes that's the only slow part about our business operation right now is our chance to be able to get back to everyone who's reaching out to us. I was the idiot who put out my phone number on YouTube in my earlier videos and left it on the website for too long. I think it's still on the website somewhere, so that's my fault. If you find it and you text me, that's great. If you call me, I'm not going to answer. It's just too much. I had to get a second phone number for my family and my friends, just because it was too overwhelming. I couldn't really use my phone because the new phone call was just always coming in every minute. So I had to kind of essentially silence all calls that are unrecognized on my business line, and I had to have a whole other line for my family and my friends. So please don't call. It's too much. But the texting and the emailing, we're getting to you guys. The messages in Instagram and the comments, we're getting to everyone. My goal is to be able to teach everyone in the world how to swim, not because I can reach everyone in the world by myself, but through my influence. Be that videos, be that my other instructors who have been training. We've got several senior level instructors now who teach adults as well, and it's great. It's going really well. Hopefully we'll be able to put some of them on camera soon, so that you guys can see their influence and then get excited about learning from some of them as well. And then we'll be able to reach more communities. In the distant future, 2026, we're going to be in more countries like South Africa and in India. So, and hopefully, fingers crossed, my goal, hopefully, Australia, and then obviously Canada. So, look forward to that as well in the future. We're going to reach the world with clinics and in-person lessons, videos, as many people as we can, privately as well as through my senior instructors, and then we can start leaving. When we arrive in cities and in countries, we can start leaving instructors behind who we trained while we were there. That would be the ultimate goal, so that we can leave an influence. But 98% of the world doesn't know how to swim. Too many newborn babies every day. 54% or more of adults in the world don't know how to swim, so pretty much the whole world will always be generating new people who need to know how to swim, always generating new people who need to learn how to swim. So we'll never be able to slow down. We'll always be trying to grow and expand and reach more people, because if somehow the rocket swimming standard is the standard in YMCAs and in high schools and in swim programs across the globe, then we will be able to teach everyone how to swim. No one will be able to turn 12 years old without having learned how to swim, and then we'll be able to solve this problem. Which, that's also kind of a dream scenario. You never be able to solve the problem completely because of the lack of water and clean water resources in the world to learn how to swim. So we'll have to solve that problem, I guess, as well. If there are any other questions, I'll look now, and then if I have any other announcements, I'll rack my brain one more time, and then we'll sign off. Okay, thank you. Love your videos. Teach swim 4 days long. Yeah, that's the other thing about 4 days. So lately, I've with the 4 Bs, I've been able to teach people how to swim in 1 day, and I want to be careful saying that because I can theoretically I can teach someone to swim in 1 hour. I think I got our last swimmer able to start swimming in 20 minutes, and I was like, she told me she didn't think I would be able to get her to swim because she's tried 3 professional instructors already. But of course, I got her swimming, and it was in 20 minutes. It was like record time. So when we do these 4-day programs, I want everyone to understand that I am guaranteeing, not only are you going to learn how to swim, but you'll learn how to swim for yourself and breathe for yourself and move on your own and be able to make it across the pool on your own. And then some. Like the 4 days is because, one, it really makes you committed, because you can't just come for the weekend. You'll come for the weekend, I'll teach you how to swim, but it might not stick, and you might forget some things and feel like you lost the knowledge and forgot how to swim. So I don't do just the weekend. I do 4 days because it requires a commitment level on the student's part. It makes them have to be kind of all in. And normally the only people who will choose that option are people who are fully committed. This is the last straw. They're going to travel to a different city, learn from a stranger, and learn how to swim in just 4 days. But 4 days is long enough that they'll either have to take time off of work, or they'll have to take an extended weekend and be committed, be ready to learn. I have considered shrinking it to 3 days, just because that way we can get more people in each week, so I can reach almost twice as many people. Because if you think about 4 days in a 7-day week, I could do someone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but then someone else is also Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I don't get a day off. So if I did 3 days, if I can, if I get better with this progression, these techniques and the step-by-step process, I'll start getting people to where they were in 4 days and 3, because we all get better when we practice. Like, you guys get better at swimming when you practice. I get better when I teach someone how to swim over and 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 over again, because I get exposed to more and I experience more, and I can then say, okay, this is one of those tricks we can use for this scenario because I've used it before and it's worked really well. But I also know that we cannot use that other technique because that backfires really quickly. You know what I mean? Like, the more experience and exposure I get, the better the process gets. So I, like I said, 2025, 2026 probably, I think we're going to keep it 4 days in 2025, but in 2026 and beyond, probably going to start shrinking the process down to 3 days. You'll learn how to swim in 3 days, and that way we we can teach someone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and someone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I can have Sunday off with my folks who are going to be retiring in Austin, Texas soon. So all that's new knowledge, that's new announcement, and I believe that's about it. For those of you who recognize the name Jordan LeClos, I mentioned him earlier for our Rocket Combat channel. If you missed that, we're starting a brand new channel. We've already started it. There's a couple episodes already up. Rocket Combat. Check out that new YouTube channel. I believe the Rocket Swimming YouTube channel is subscribed to it. So if you just go down to where it shows who we are subscribed to, then you'll see Rocket Combat. And I'm checking myself just to confirm that's the case. So if you recognize the name Jordan LeClos, the South African swimmer who now lives here in Austin, Texas, he is the younger brother to Chad LeClos, who was the 200 butterfly world champion at the Olympics in 2012, and dethroned Michael Phelps. And he and I will be collaborating as well on content soon too. So get ready to see some more advanced level concepts on our YouTube channel, in addition to the beginner learn how to swim videos that I will probably never stop doing, at least not for the foreseeable future. And so we'll be, expanding to a broader audience. Not that we're trying to draw a different audience, but we're trying to reach more people. So a lot of channels out there, pretty much every channel I see out there in regards to swimming is all trying to teach you how to be more efficient in the water. So it pretty much already presumes that you know the 4Bs of how to swim, and they're just gonna help you be pulling better or swimming faster 100 meters or kicking better, breathing better, whatever it might be. That's great for triathletes. That's great for people who already know how to swim. That's great for people who are already doing laps and flip turns. But it's not great. Hey, there you go. Rocky Combat channel commented on this so that you guys can see it. But anyways, the other YouTube channels I found out there, I don't love. I think they're doing a great job. I'm sorry. I don't want to create a turf war or anything like that. I don't want to create any bad blood out there. Live stream. I am so grateful for all the channels out there that are doing what they're doing. They're doing a phenomenal job. I just want to continue being the resource for folks who literally have a fear of water and they don't know where to start and they don't know where to begin and they need that push, or they need the encouragement of someone else doing it and they're like, oh my gosh, this person did it, so can I. And it's so funny, everyone who comes and tells us their story for these videos, they tell us almost the same story. They will say, I've tried, and I just couldn't do it. Or I have a tremendous fear of water, or I have a tremendous fear of the deep end. There's no way you're going to get me to be able to swim in the deep end. And then voila, they're doing it by day 4. Because anybody can swim. We know from watching the Paralympics this past summer that people without arms and legs can swim. Because if you got lungs, you can put air in your chest, you can be buoyant, you can swim. Because then you can create surface area, and then you can somehow create speed. You're swimming. So anybody in the world can swim. So I want to continue being the channel that reaches the beginners, reaches the folks who are part of the 98% of the world, part of the 54 or more percent of the world. Those are the folks that we need to reach to save their lives, save more lives. There's too many drownings every year in the world. It's one of the leading causes of death in children, unfortunately. So help me help others and reach them by teaching them how to swim. Please also consider contributing to the Rocket Fuel Charity Fund, Swim Lesson Fund, which is where I go into other cities like Nashville and here in Austin, and then in Pittsburgh soon, where I will be going into these cities and then teaching kids who can't afford their own swim lessons. Oh, and into Cleveland, Mississippi. We just set up an arrangement there as well. So I'll be going into these cities and I'll be teaching kids and adults who cannot afford their own swim lesson. They either, for one reason or another, they cannot afford their own swim lesson, and they'll never get one. And they'll end up being part of that group of people someday who will never know how to swim. And we don't want that. We don't need any more of that, because oftentimes, or too many times, people will die until they reach the age where they reach out to me to learn how to swim. So help me reach the world, get more people learning how to swim earlier so that we have less drownings in the world, especially amongst children. Become a member of our channel. Consider contributing to the Rocket Fuel Swim Lesson Fund that allows me to teach swim lessons for free to people who can't afford it. So they don't have to pay because I'm already coming with a crew of me and a couple other instructors, and we're all paid already, and we're just here to teach you how to swim, and that's it. No, you don't have to pay anything. We're here to teach you how to swim. Please consider contributing to the Rocket Fuel charity, Rocket Fuel Swim Lesson Fund. I'm afraid to call it a charity just yet because it's not like a legalized charity fund. It is just a people doing good Samaritan type payments. We do get the whole tax thing figured out, and that's all figured out, but it's not an official charity. It's just what I use then to go ahead and pay the instructors who are providing services to folks who can't afford them. So, but in the near future, we'll have everything a lot more expanded and professional, and trying to get dozens of text calls, emails, blah, 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 blah. What am I trying to, someone said check the chat. You're welcome, Isaac. Isaac, there's a video. Don't forget to watch the title. Okay, yeah, Chicago. Woohoo! Thanks, Neerj. Check that. Carla, Rod, come out of the way. Xander. I want to get lesson, but my texts are never answered. Oh, Angela Martin, I am really sorry. So I mentioned earlier that we've had a bit of our brand is growing really fast, and I put my phone number on the channel early on because I wanted to reach more clients, and quickly found out that we went internationally popular, and now that phone number is just crushed with phone calls and text messages every single day. So I silenced it and got myself another phone number. I still have it, but I don't get around to the text messages very often because I'm doing emails and comments and other things as well. And I also coach and teach many hours a day. I am not someone who just does these videos. I don't. I have a full-time earning in another way as well. So I have like 2 full-time jobs. And I joke that I have 3 full-time jobs because I do YouTube, swimming, swim coaching, and aquatics director. So it's a lot. Wait for it. I will get to you. I've hired more help recently this year, and this fall, even this October. So there's more people on the crew now. So I'm going to be able to get around to communication more often. We're currently training someone to be the communication person, to answer phone calls, to answer text messages, to answer emails, to answer the comments on the YouTube channel, to answer the WhatsApp text messages, to answer the Instagram direct text messages, to answer the TikTok and Snapchat and all of it. So it's a lot. And we're several months behind, several clients behind. The wait list is thorough. Right now, if you wanted a swim lesson from me in person, I will get to you in March. That's about how far we are out, about 5 months out. And even then, I probably shouldn't even say March right now because I probably did a dozen emails today where I offered March to people. So I would say at this point, if you want a swim lesson from me in person, my next availability is April, and that's it. And sometimes I don't even do April because I'm getting too much, there's too much time spent swim coaching on the pool deck of my swim team that I'm the head coach of. So if it's not March, then it's gonna be July. And in July, I'll be traveling so Pittsburgh, it'll be Pittsburgh, Austin, and somewhere else in July. So it's a lot. And also because of that, and I'm not trying to, I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to be like, yeah, look how big look how important I am. My crew is making fun of me in the background here. I'm not trying to look how good I am at swim coaching, but what I'm doing is, because I know now the demand is high, we are training more staff. So we have several other instructors who are qualified, and they are currently teaching adults. They are senior instructors coaching adults, teaching adults how to swim, treading water, all of the basics, the exact same way I do it, but with their own personality and their own touch and their own way of explaining things. And it's beautiful. They're great. They're amazing. So soon we're going to get them on camera. That way some of you guys see their videos too, and you're willing to learn from Max Starr or from Jordan LeClos or from someone else, from Kyle G-Wex. So that way we can reach more of you. And now you guys don't all need Johnny Rocket. What you need is you need to learn the 4 B's to learn how to swim: breathing, buoyancy, body line, balance. And any one of my senior instructors can teach you those 4 things. And hopefully we'll start teaching instructors through these videos, and more. You'll be able to hopefully one day show up to your local YMCA and they'll be able to say, yeah, all our instructors are rocket swimming certified. And you'll know that means they know the 4 B's and they know what's necessary to learn how to swim, and they'll teach you that. But that's it for the live stream, I think. Let me make sure I got all the comments. Sorry, Angela. I'm so sorry. Your texts will get answered. Johnny says in the text, yeah, calls, emails, blah, blah. Thanks, Sandra, for explaining that. Thank you. Good, excellent. Charities, call 501c3 by tax law. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, my mother. I know what it is, but it's not registered as that, so it's not a charity for now. It's just trying to help my clients pay for other people to swim too. And someday it'll be officially an official charity where people will be able to get tax breaks for contributing to that charity. Angela says, thanks, I just joined the session. Awesome. Yeah, no problem, Angela. Of course, you didn't hear what we talked about earlier because you just joined. But the communication it's the only slow part about our brand right now. Rockets don't fly slow. Nothing is slow about what we do except for now, the communication, because, oh boy, I didn't know what I got myself into when I put my phone number up on those videos early on. It is hundreds, if not thousands, of communications per year. It's definitely thousands per year. Hundreds every couple of months. Hundreds every month. This is really great. It's okay. How to tread. Dilip Nully, how to tread. So in order to tread water, I'll get one of my moderators here, either Xander or Neeraj, to post the treading water video link. But to tread water, you want to keep air in your lungs because you are straight up and down like this, vertical. Since you're vertical like this, you're not hydrodynamic and you're not buoyant, okay? You don't have any surface area and you don't have any speed. So the only thing left is air in your chest. So if you're trying to tread water, let me just forewarn you, it's so hard, even for me, even for the most experienced swimmers in the world. It's hard. We do it easily at first, but if you asked us to do it 24 hours, it would be so hard. But if you asked me to float on my back with air in my chest, I could do that for days. It'd be fine. Never even expend any of my energy. So let me start by saying that treading water is so hard. It's not going to come easy. You're not going to get it right away. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take practice. But the first thing you ought to be doing is using your arms more than your legs. So back up here a little bit. When you lean forward in the water and press down against the water. So when you lean forward, you're going to be forced to press down to keep yourself up. That's good. That's what you want. So you're pressing down in the water. When you're pressing down in the water, it's redirecting water downwards so that you're redirected upwards. Your body stays up because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Thank you, Sir Isaac Newton. So when you redirect water down, you're up. Or was that Einstein? I have no idea, but someone smarter than me, clearly. So redirecting water downwards, pushing you upwards, keeps you afloat. All right? So that's going to be the most important thing for treading waters. I actually recommend you tread water with your arms only because the legs are the hardest thing to teach in swimming, hands down, no doubt. But the other way to do it with just your arms is you'll cross your legs like that by your ankles and you'll lean back. If you lean back, air in your chest, ankles crossed, you can tread water very easily, very easily. Okay? And when you're treading water with your arms, you're sculling water. So you're pushing water down because as you push out with your pinkies up, water hits your pinkies, travels down your thumb, and gets redirected downwards when it rolls off your thumb. So you use pinkies up on your way way out, thumbs up on your way in. And you're just doing that over and over and over again, okay? And you're pushing water down. Eventually, you'll just be able to like kind of do it flat like I do because I'm putting very minute pressure on my thumb when I do it out there and then pressure on my pinky when I do it back in, but it looks flat. So lean back, tread water with just your arms, completely possible, very easy to do. But using only hands will drift me right. So some people start drifting when they just use their arms and they end up in, what's happening there is that your arms are getting a little too stiff and your core is getting a little too tight and you need to relax, which I hate using that word. I don't like that word. I call it the R word just because it has the opposite effect on swimmers when you use that. So I don't like to use the word relax, but instead take a deep breath, blow it out, not all the way, take another deep breath in, release it, take some breaths in. Don't hold your breath. When you start holding your breath, it tenses up your core and then you start going sideways because your arms get stiff and then things mess up. But I see that common. I see that every day with every new adult that I teach how to swim. Relax, spread your arms out away from your body, then bring them in close. Then spread them out, bring them in close. Try different things. Be in control. If you start going to one side, chances are you're pushing water that way. So all of a sudden, you just need to change the way you're treading water, change the way your arms are, spread them out a little wider all of a sudden, you'll just find yourself doing something different. And then maybe put them right in front of you and you'll find yourself doing something different there. And then push them both off to one side. Just experiment with it and then practice a lot, okay? Keep the air in your lungs and keep breathing. Don't hold your breath too much when you're treading water. But keep your tank half full to full, all right? Don't let it go below half when you're treading water because like I said, you're vertical. The only thing you have keeping you up in the water is the air in your lungs. You don't have surface area and you don't have speed. So keep that air in your lungs. Those are the 3 keys to buoyancy. So without the other 2, you need air in your lungs. Do not blow your air all the way out. You'll sink under. Okay? Keep the air in your lungs. Now, the legs, it's a breaststroke kick. It's a one-legged breaststroke kick. Okay? I'm not a very good example. If Coach Max was here, he would show you. Max Star, the water polo guy. But if he was here, he'd show you your feet are flexed. Okay? They're not pointed. They're not loose and floppy. Toes pulled up, pulled out to the side. Flexed ankles. You're trapping the water you're trapping the water with your shin and your heel and your ankle, and you're pressing it down towards the bottom of the pool. You're redirecting water downwards so that you're elevated upwards. Okay, and it's just one than the other, but it's good to kind of do it, practice it, sitting on the pool's edge. Okay, and if I remember correctly, Coach Max says pull your legs up. Yeah, pull your legs up and do it. I'll have to ask him for some other advice, but like I said, if you guys want private swim lessons and you're willing to be taught by someone other than me, Coach Max is the best next resource because he is water polo guy, so he's great at teaching treading water. So highly recommend Coach Max Star. He with the treading water, it's also important for the kick portion. If you can learn the breaststroke kick, which is 2-legged at the same time, if you can learn that first, you're better off. Okay? Learn that first, both legs at the same time, then start trying to do one arm at a time. You are welcome. Now, we have got to get moving. My beloved Steelers are playing tonight. I didn't realize they were playing tonight. I thought they were playing Sunday, but if they're playing tonight, I'm trying to watch that. So, we're going to call it here. That's it for the live stream. We made it to an hour, like I said. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for following along. Check out the new Rocket Combat YouTube channel to watch me get taught how to self-defend for myself and learn jiu-jitsu. Also, be ready for that merch to drop. Cool new colors for Rocket Combat. Red, black, red. And then consider becoming a member on the YouTube channel. It's $1 a month. It helps us, keep things afloat. It helps me pay for yet another hour of videography or something like that, or it helps me pay for new beats for the YouTube channel. And don't forget, Rocket Beats, the new YouTube channel coming up soon, as well as, what other announcements did we make today? 2025, we're selling tickets, which are going to be for those 4-day swim lessons. So if you get a ticket for those 4-day swim lessons, coming to you, or you can come to us, either way. And then, last but not least, sending Jordan LeClos, jiu-jitsu coach. 2025 is gonna be a big year. I think that's it. Also consider, if you go over to our website, consider contributing to the Rocket Fuel Swim Lesson Fund to help me teach kids and adults who cannot afford their own swim lessons in underprivileged communities and in areas where I end up teaching clients. Um, People like you who are my subscribers who pay for the ticket and we arrange a meetup somewhere, either in Austin or wherever you are. I would love to be able to, while I'm there, use the pool I'm using to also teach others to swim who cannot afford it. So contribute to the Rocket Fuel Swim Lesson Fund and let's rock it, baby, to the moon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being part of the channel. Take care. Have a great rest of your evening and go Pittsburgh Steelers.